Hello everyone to the first match commentary, when today we have white control or machine beast control versus blue middle. I'm piloting the white deck and lost the dice roll, and my opponent chooses to go first. I think that this is one of the most pendulum swinging matchup right now in BSS 3, with the white spirit quality superiority and blue unrelenting deck destruction. Games can go either way with just the play of one single card. The start with the rock pillars is definitely the safest one for blue. White can put up one gigantic blocker, and if there is one thing that blue wants to do is to attack every turn. If you let the white player just one moment of respite, the momentum can shift out of control really quickly. I know as the white player that the more the game goes on, the more likely is to lose. 50 cards can look a lot, but they are really not. Against blue you gotta take at least one life a turn and put them on a clock too. Blue responds with a block golem, nothing to fear much, but it can be a hindrance to the life race. Swings and the deck destruction begins. You can see that with just one spirit, 10% of the deck is gone. The Numen City comes out maybe a little too late, but with blue tried and tested destruction effects, you can never know when you can need the cost reduction with an empty board. Remember that this is a race and blue definitely can punish passive players. Right now I'm going monkey mode and attack with a 4k Pegasian, knowing that the block golem can block. The best case is that blue doesn't block and goes for the damage. I'm fine to lose one spirit for another. Not so happy if they block and pump it with a pump effect like strong draw, but flood stream on burst effect definitely pushes me back. Flood stream at the moment is the biggest deterrent for the auto-include elementals in white, red, yellow and purple. You either park them at level 2 all game, or you risk a free 2 for 1, and if you see 2 elementals in the open hand, that's a feel bad moment. That removal is so strong that it's kinda warping the deck building of the meta right now to just strip out every zero cost, and maybe you wanna think about putting in maybe 4 less copies of 2 drops if you already have 4 of them. So yeah, it's really good, especially right now that it's basically replacing the old king Burning Force. So Francis is one of the cards that the players are sleeping on right now, in my opinion. It checks basically all the checklist for a good card for blue. Pretty beefy attacker, crush +1 is nice, and with the raid active, it's insane. You can imagine a level 2 Francis like 2 separate giant platoons at level 3, but condensed in one card. So of course the blue player just let the hammer fall. I think that before the attack step I had something like 8 cards, that's why I'm counting them. But now Francis is definitely activated. White players know how to play from behind. It's all about positive traits. Numen City definitely comes clutch. With 12s plus machine beast that can drop down impudently on the board with what 7 or more cost. But Numengard is probably the best drop to have in this situation. L could just prevent the inevitable, merge the thingamajig, basically is the same thing. Numengard is basically one big body that can attack, block, make coffee, and oof, I love the guy, dude. Here we can see what I meant with pendulum-like games. If I hadn't the city, the game was probably lost. But now I'm in control basically of the board, kinda. Francis swings with 10k BP and I gladly block with the elephant. Strong draw comes out, but I'm not that sad. I take the opportunity to destroy the block golem with a burning force, but I realize after that it would be better to spend the burning force to destroy the back row nexus. So my turn starts and we can see my new addition to the deck, that being the Sleeping Guardian Tiger whatever, Sleeping Joe. During spoilers I thought that it was unplayable garbage. I said that it was basically a weaker Pegasión, but after some tests I can admit that it's actually a pretty awesome card. Auto wins with green, it can pass over chump blockers and swift spirits, and it's all around a good card. Second Numengard joins the battle as well, swings for damage, pop the ice shield and pass the turn. Now, let's talk about the Lighthouse. We can all say that the card is spectacular. I even thought of putting it in my white deck just to prevent avalanches in non-white decks. I saw a game where Lighthouse basically won the match on its own. Fantastic card. Gargoyle is the second card. A scary one at that. I don't know if I didn't have the ice shield, if it was game for me. I remember that after Francis attacked, I had only 8 cards in my deck, and now that I think about it, yeah, it was surely game, because swing with Gargoyle, 4 more cards milled from the deck. Being on 1 life, I had to block, and 4 more cards would have been milled from the deck for the Gargoyle level 2 or 3 effects. In my turn, I drop the second Tiger and a Sanctuary to swing for little. definitely one of my closest match I had in DSS3. I love new white cards, and I'm happy that blue is actually a pretty strong color compared to BSS2 green. So well played to my opponent, and I will see you in the next video.